Hey guys, me host Super Sorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got. This is Star Wars The Black Series, and this is Jaxxon. This is one of the characters that were originally in Star Wars Legends, but I believe is slowly creeping back into canon thanks to the Star Wars Adventures comics. They have used the Star Wars Adventures comics here on the front rather than traditional artwork. I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, they've gone for these Star Wars Adventures on the front rather than any of the old Marvel or Dark Horse artwork for this guy. This is Jaxxon. This is basically a rabbit. And he's back in the Black Series right now. He's here. This is his first time in the line. I think it's his first action figure ever. And this is a part of Lucas's Lucasfilm 50th anniversary. And this is to cover the legends from 1991 to 2021. But yeah, this guy, like I said, is slowly creeping back into the actual canon. They've started using him in the Galaxy of Adventures comic series for kids. And it wouldn't surprise me if he popped up at some point in one of the animated specials. So there is a little write-up on the inside here, which I will read to you. It states, Jaxxon is a nearly 6 foot tall, green-furred Lepsy smuggler and a captain of the Rabbit's Foot. Known for his wisecracks and high kicks, Jaxxon has helped Han Solo and Chewbacca out on more than one occasion. Right, guys, I'm going to get this bad guy out of the packaging because he looks awesome. I can't wait to play around with him. So, is there any way of doing this without actually breaking this box to smithereens? Yes, there is. Would have helped if I snip that first. Right. Oh yeah. So a lot of people, when they look at this character, draw comparisons to Bucky O'Hare. Obviously, Bucky O'Hare was a big thing in the 80s and 90s. Jaxxon kind of was around earlier than that. So Jaxxon did technically come first in the original Star Wars comics. Okay, and he comes with 2 pistols that are very similar to like Han Solo's, sort of, or like Princess Leia's Luger looking weapon. So I'm going to pop those in his working holsters for now. This is a really cool character, actually. I really like the look of him. We will read more about his character when we go down to the desk cam. But for now, guys, here he is out of the packaging, looking at pretty swish. It's Jaxxon. So, guys, his head is on a ball joint, so he can look up and down as well as left and right. You can move his arm up at this side hinge. I like the fact that this all is like separate as well, which is nice. So it can lift off. And if you take his head off, you could take the whole thing off, which is nice. Which also rotates around and stuff. He's got a single hinged elbow there, which is a bit stiff, but that's good. I like stiff joints. And then his hands are on ball joints as well. You can waist swivel this guy as well. He's got a bit of a crunch going on, but nothing too much. Oh, sorry, no, there is no waist swivel. Sorry, that's just the abdomen crunch I'm playing with. What else has he got? Let's have a look. So he can lift his legs outwards, but not too far, which is a bit annoying. He's meant to be a rabbit. And he's very well known for his kicks, but look, luckily we can get that front kick all the way up, which is good. He's got a top thigh cut attached to this as well, which is nice. A double hinged knee. No further boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot, and he does have display base holes should you wish to use one. Not that you're going to need to. The figure itself is very clean. I've not seen much in the way of warping here. There is a few issues with the plastic around the joints, which I'm finding more and more common with Black Series these days. Marvel's been having this issue as well. It seems like it's Hasbro wide, which is where there's like excess paint around the elbows that flakes away, but it leaves like a black lining. You can't really, I'm not sure you can see it on this camera very well, but around the joints there's like black lines. Other than that, I really can't see any issues with this. So the head on this one is on a ball pop joint. So technically you can take that off. You can just pop the head off and you can remove this whole piece if you wanted to. Oh, it does actually attach to the front. So it is actually stuck on at the front, so you can't take it off. Ooh, interesting. I was going to see if we could use that for customs, but no, this is actually fully attached on. So we pop that back forward. So that armor piece doesn't just come off. Interesting. I was going to assume it was. Ears and everything like that aren't articulated, sadly. I wish the ears were more articulated. It would have been cool to do different poses, like have his ears down if he's sad, or have his ears really up, or have his ears like outstretched if he's listening or something. It would have been cool to animate that. But still a very cool character indeed. So let's head on down to the desk cam, guys, and give you guys an up-close personal look at Jaxxon. So let's head on down to the desk cam. So guys, here he is out of the packaging. It's Jaxxon T. Tumperaki, nicknamed Jax. He's a male Leppy smuggler and a captain of the Rabbit's Foot. He's an acquaintance of Han Solo and Calrissian, a fellow smuggler, turned hero for the Rebel Alliance, whom he regarded as an inferior pilot, may we add. He basically thinks that Han Solo is his inferior. That's quite funny. Jaxxon T. Tumperaki is a male Leppy from the Koshel Prime planet. He's typical of his species. He has a very large family. He's blessed with 167 aunts and uncles, and his cousins numbered in the hundreds, and at least 300, and perhaps even more. 5 of them were named Rigor, Peter, Avery, Benji, and Max. That's very cool. So basically, yeah, he's been featured quite heavily recently going into these new comics that have been produced by IDW. But over the years, he's been featured on many other things where he's basically rescued the likes of Lando and Han Solo many a times and got them out of trouble and things. He's a very cool little character, very reminiscent of like Bucky O'Hare or something. But he has been around a very long time. I'm trying to find the date of his first appearance, and I can't find it anywhere on my notes. I'm sorry, but yeah, he's been around a very, very, very long time. But I believe he was classed as Legends for the longest time, but now it looks like they're slowly classing him as canon again. With these new adventure comic books that are coming out. But yeah, very cool character. I've just double checked, his reintroduction date into canon was from the Star Wars Adventures Annual 2018, and it's where they featured him in a story called The Lost Eggs of Laverno. So he is now officially classed as canon. That is official. His old stories that we now know and love from the old days are classed as legend, but new tales that have been coming up from these Destiny comics and things like that, all the specials he's been in recently and things, these are all now classed as canon. So that's nice to know. And I've just found that his actual first appearance in the original comics, which are now classed as legend, was all the way back in 1978 on the comic that was named 8 for a Buddha 3. It was issue number 8 of the Star Wars comic book. So that's very interesting. Very cool character, like I say. It's very different from what we're used to, and I like that. It looks very different. But if we stand him sort of at attention there, so he's at full height, and we compare him to the likes of Chewie, Chewie still towers over him. But yeah, he's a little bit taller than Han Solo. And it's nice to stand these three together to reunite them after all these years, as obviously these were best buddies in the comic books. Or at least they tolerated each other enough to save the galaxy. If you want to go back and read some of these issues, you can, because they were by the Marvel Comics Group, and they are actually available on the Marvel Unlimited app. So go ahead and check those out. You can also check out the new Galaxy Adventures ones by IDW by going on IDW's website and ordering those comic books. Or you can check out all good brick and mortar comic book retailers, because that really helps your local comic independent stores. I like to support my local comic store as well. I love comics, so the fact that all these characters have come from the comic book stuff or the books is very cool and very different. I hope Lucasfilm choose to do that again and give us even more awesome characters. Guys, what are your thoughts on this awesome figure? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps us out, and it helps us to keep making awesome videos. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye!